Hey, what's up guys? Cooley here, and today I have a Phaseshift kill streak for you. That's not really what we're going to be talking about today, but I do want to introduce this clip a little bit for you guys. This is the last kill streak I actually had with the Phaseshift before I put it down and started collecting footage for the upcoming Vandal review. So I was much more used to the weapon at this point as opposed to some of the footage you've seen in my actual Phaseshift review, but I'm still no means a master of this weapon. You're still going to see me do some silly things like maybe overheat the rifle when I could have easily avoided it, and just some other few things like that. This just really is a hard gun to fully master, even though I do quite well with it in this video. But what I really want to talk about today is the Empire-specific sniper rifles as a group. And this is the video where I want you guys to debate who got the best, who got the worst gun, and so on and so forth. I asked you guys not to do that too much in the other videos about these guns, and you guys were pretty good about it, but I know there was no way to completely avoid that. But this video is going to be less stats, more opinions. You guys are probably going to disagree with a lot of stuff I'm going to say here. That's perfectly fine. I fully expect it. Like I said, this is the video where I want you guys to debate the different weapons and debate with me about my thoughts about each weapon. So the first weapon I'm going to talk about is the Phaseshift, and I found this to be the funnest weapon of the three Empire-specific sniper rifles. Now that's not to say it is the best. I think it is the funnest to use, and the reason because is the charger mechanic is just kind of new in turn. I mean, there's guns kind of like it, the Lancer, but this works quite differently, and it's on a more infantry killing, you know, the Lancer is a rocket launcher, so this is quite a new mechanic that we're playing around with, and I found that a lot of fun. I think the Phaseshift also fits the faction role the best out of the rifles. You know, you have that new technology type thing that the Vanu has going on, and I think this weapon fits that perfectly. Having said that, if somebody came up to me and said, Kool-Aid, I want you to go out and get as many kills as you can in an hour, but you have to use one of the Empire-specific sniper rifles, I would pick the Phaseshift last. Now we already know that it's not going to be as good a sniper rifle as a Parallax. It's not going to be as good a semi-auto rifle as a Spectre, but that's not the reason why. The reason why is because its strength, its versatility, and the fact that you have both the options in one rifle is incredibly limited by its optics. And to talk about that just a little bit more, what I mean by that is that you're going to be forced to use long-range optics on this weapon. And to me, long-range means one-hit kill headshots. It means using the charged shot all the time. Yes, the semi-auto function is still there, but at the ranges you're going to be looking through a 6x or higher scope, why not just go for the one-hit kill headshots? Why try to land multiple shots and give your target a chance to run away? So I think the optics are really limiting the versatility of this weapon, and a simple, very simple solution to this is just add more optics. It's that straightforward. I like using this gun, but if it had a 4x scope or a 3.4, something like that, it would just add to its strength, which is its versatility. And I think a lot of people would agree with me on this. This is one of the biggest complaints I've seen on the forums or on Reddit about this weapon, is that the optics are just kind of limiting the use of the semi-automatic function. Either way, it's still a really fun gun to use. Like I said in my video, I'd still recommend it to certain snipers and to people just looking for a little bit of a challenge, looking for a new mechanic to play around with. I do think this is the most fun, unique gun out of the new Empire-specific sniper rifles by a mile. But moving on to the trap, this is my favorite weapon of the three, and a lot of that has to do with playstyle bias. I am a much more aggressive infiltrator than I'd like to be while using the Phaseshift or the Railjack. So that is one of the reasons why I like the trap so much. And I know a lot of TR infiltrators were upset because they wanted a new sniper rifle, and the trap is anything but a sniper rifle. I don't even know why they felt like they needed to label it as a sniper rifle. It's really not. I would say even the semi-automatic scouts are more of a sniper rifle than the trap. If I had to classify it as something, I think I mentioned this earlier in my trap video, that I would classify it as maybe a battle rifle. Using in-game classifications, I think scout rifle would be the best spot for it. And if I could go back in time, if Sony could go back in time, I would love to see every faction get this type of weapon, a burst fire weapon. If you look at the trap in the common pool of every class weapons, it's not unique. There's nothing really special about it. A lot of people say it's just like the saber. It's not unique at all. But if you look at it in just terms of infiltrator weapons, it is unique. No other infiltrator weapons have this burst fire option. It's just another tool in the arsenal of the TR Infiltrator, and I would love to have this on my NC character. Now, just talking about the rifle itself and how it's supposed to be used, which is not as a sniper rifle, I don't think this weapon really needs to be buffed at all. If anything, maybe give it a couple more rounds in the mag, maybe 2 or 4 more rounds. But I like to judge magazine size by how many kills I can get per mag, and I don't have many problems getting 2 kills per mag with this weapon, and I think that's perfectly fine. That's kind of my scale there when I talk about magazine size and how it pertains to the weapon. If you can get 2 kills, now obviously guns like the LMGs and stuff like that are going to be different, but I think this weapon is in a good spot. You just have to get out of the mindset that it is a sniper rifle. You can't use it like a sniper rifle. Anything beyond 100 meters, I wouldn't even shoot at with this gun, and that's I think that's the problem that a lot of TR players had with it, is they just wanted a sniper rifle. They didn't get a sniper rifle, but you have to look at it in a different light, and that's that it is incredibly effective in its intended range. So now let's talk about the Railjack. And if you watched my Railjack video, I did rant a little bit. I don't think I said it was a bad weapon or anything like that. I just do not like that delay mechanic. I know it's a day or two after I posted my Railjack video, Rel came out with a video talking about how to use the mechanic to your advantage, saying that you can adjust your shots. And I think in theory that's good, but I honestly think 200 milliseconds is not enough. Now with the Phaseshift, you can adjust your shots while holding down the charge. With a 200 millisecond delay, I don't think it's going to be nearly as much help as it's actually going to hurt. That's not to say you're not going to be able to take use of that sometime. It's not to say that it might not help certain snipers out, but I think for most snipers, it's just going to be more of a hindrance than a helper. At the same time, I understand you can't just remove the delay without this weapon becoming too powerful. If you were to do that, it would just be the best long-range sniper rifle in the game. It would be better than the Parallax, better than the Longshot, and better than the RAMS 50. It just simply would. But I think there are other ways to balance it than just throw this weird mechanic in there that really just makes, really just sours the opinion of the gun for a lot of people. Some of the things you could do is, for generic fixes, just increase the chamber time even more, maybe reduce that bullet velocity by a little bit, reduce the magazine capacity by another round, increase the reload speed or decrease the reload speed. A combination of those things might work, but there's some other possibilities as well that are a little more unique, like give it a longer scope in time. Make the scope in time twice as long as any other sniper rifle. Make it so if you're actually carrying this gigantic rifle around, maybe your character is actually slower while moving, maybe 10 or 15%. Maybe make it so you have to crouch before you can fire the weapon. I don't have the exact answer, but the possibilities are endless. I just don't think the delay mechanic was the best answer for this weapon. Now, that's not the main reason why I'm bummed about the Railjack. The main reason I'm bummed, and this would be whether or not it had the delay mechanic or not, is simply because it's just another sniper rifle. The delay mechanic is not that much of a change up than a normal weapon, or from a normal sniper rifle, so it's just kind of boring and unintuitive. Whether or not the shotgun aspect that they had previously would have worked, I don't know. But even if the shotgun aspect did suck completely, it at least would have been something different within the Infiltrator class. The trap is unlike any other gun the Infiltrator has at its disposal. The Phaseshift, same thing. But the Railjack is just so much like the Longshot that I would never really recommend somebody to buy it if they already had the Longshot. If you don't have the Longshot and you think the Railjack would suit you better, that's fine, but that's what I'm saying. They're going to be used for the exact same purpose. There's not a whole lot of difference, or not enough to make me feel good about getting this as my Empire specific sniper rifle. And believe me guys, I am completely unbiased when it comes to this stuff, even if it sounds like I'm not. But if I was playing VS, I would feel the exact same way about the Railjack. I truly would. You guys can believe me with that or not, but I think many of you that have been following my channel for a while know that I don't call weapons out for being overpowered. I never say something from another faction is too good, and I'll freely admit when I feel something from the NC is overpowered. Cough, cough. Vanguard shield maybe, but I try to keep as much bias out of my opinions as possible. So anyways guys, that is my opinion on the Empire specific sniper rifles. If you completely disagree, go ahead and leave comments for me in the comment section, and if you have any other questions for me, go ahead and leave some comments there as well. I'll do my best to answer them. But anyways guys, that is all I have. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.
One.